Hi fellas, Tommy here. Today I finally got my ultimate 1022 build assembled and finished. All the parts have come in, and what I'll do is I'll run you through an intro that does a breakdown of the gun. That way you know what's all involved, and then we'll get into some ammo testing and just see how this gun does. We'll be right back. Welcome back, guys. As you can see, all the stuff that went into this one turned out to be a pretty pricey build. Let's see if everything I spent my monies on for Kimber's college fund on has panned out to be something worth it. Now, looking at this gun, if I can get it to average in the 0.3s at 50, I'm going to be very happy. 0.4s, you know, I'd probably be, honestly, I'll probably be slightly disappointed. I've got another 1022 that averages in the 0.3s, high 0.3s. So if this doesn't pan out, we'll have to start working and tweaking on it to get it dialed in. Basically, as you see it, I threw it all together and just kind of did my normal torques and things like that with it. And but yeah, we'll go from there. So I'm going to shoot 10 warm-up shots for the barrel up top on the target, and then we'll roll into a 10-shot and 2 5-shot groups. Should be it. Okay. First 10-shot group for record. Okay. Stater Plus is doing okay. Good practice ammo. See how the 5-shot groups pan out here. Man, that was shaping up to be a good group. One flyer. Okay. There you have it, standard plus. We'll move on to some rifle match. Be right back. All right, 10-shot group with SK rifle match. Okay. Not for that one high flyer. Again, another potentially good group. All right, 2 5-shot groups. Irritating. But that's why we do the ammo testing. Yeah. Moving on. So we'll do a long range match next. Okay. We have SK long range match. 10-shot group. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Adjust my scope here. We'll go up. It's probably going to be roughly 4/10, I believe. 3/10. Down 3/10. Five-shot groups. Interesting. One flyer got us again. Okay. Lapua Center X. Thin shot group. All right. Looking better. Kind of funny how as you move up in cost of ammo, groups tend to shrink a little bit. Okay. I think I still got a little bit of tuning to do on the gun. Playing with torque. There's also in here, there's a barrel droop screw on the CST receivers. And I don't have any torque on it. I just ran it in to where it was just touching the barrel as I clamped it in. So there's no torque permit on there. I could probably play with that a little bit. I'm also running the Kid Heavy Spring in the bolt assembly. With that, what I notice is off the clean barrel is first 2 or 3 shots, you're going to have to, it's not going to pick up the next round, or it's not going to eject the round. So, but after those 2 or 3 shots, it comes in and I don't have any issues with it. Now, the other thing is, we were running a contest on the barrel. Nobody guessed the barrel. It's a Hart barrel. And I called and talked to them because, you look back in history or the past, Hart used to be a pretty big name, like in bench rest and things like that for 22s. And I was interested. I was kind of interested in checking them out. As you guys know, in our industry, we see fads and trends, and things go up and down. And I talked with Karen out there and asked some questions, and Jim. And I'll tell you what, they're some of the nicest people to deal with on the phone. They always answer. They didn't know who I was to begin with. But I talked with them and had them spin this barrel up. And with that being a small custom shop for barrels, it's going to take a while to get it. I think it took me right around 5 to 6 months to get it, somewhere in that 5 to 6 month range. But the fit, finish, and quality of the barrel is absolutely awesome. I see no issues with it. There was not even a ding or a nick or a scratch on the barrel. They put a good polish on it. And fit to receiver was, I had to heat the receiver with a hair dryer, and I threw the barrel in the freezer. And once I did that, everything just slid right together. It warmed up and became a nice fit. So can't say enough nice things about Hart. They really did take good care of me. They kept me informed, and it was overall probably one of the best experiences I've had with a product. So they, I was asking some kind of hard questions. talking to them about the barrels, like, is it going to be a competitive barrel and things like that, and they answered my questions and eased my mind with the investment that I was going to make into it, and so I moved forward. And I like them so much. I've got another barrel being spun up by them, and I know it'll be just as good a quality. So anyway, back to the little pillow long range. We're going to do 10-shot group, do 5 shots. Perfect. I was a little worried with the heavy spring that I may run into some cycling issues. And I'll kind of tell you my thought process with the heavy spring. Being a 24-inch barrel, I kind of went into a deep dive, checking out some of the blogs and things like that, or forums like Rimfire Central and things like that. Longer barrel, can usually mean dirtier receiver. There's even a theory where, the bolts cycling before the bullets even left the barrel, that kind of thing. I wanted to start with the heavy spring to see how everything ran and see how everything cycled. But so far, it's been good. I'm still probably going to go back to a standard weight spring to try that and see how everything works. But so far, what I've seen in the chamber and things like that, it's less dirty than my other 1022s running the heavier spring. But it's easier to clean up. So anyway, just kind of my thought there with that. 5-shot groups. Nice. Whoa. That was interesting. Have to look back at the chrono data there, see if that shot was hot. All right. Let's move on to some Ely. And when I was down in Kentucky, Hasbro threw me I threw him a box of Ely Ultra to try. I don't think he had too much luck with it, but he threw me a box of this Ely Standard CMP to see how it would work. He was, I guess, having pretty good luck with it. So I figured I'd give it a try. I'll start off with this. I'm gonna foul the barrel in with 10 shots, and we'll kind of see how this goes, and then we'll move on to the couple other ammunitions I have. Maybe this gun will be an Ely gun. Okay, I'm gonna foul the gun in, so I'm just gonna move back to the top of the target and comfortable here again. Do a 10-shot group, see how this stuff kind of fouls in. Okay. Move on to a 10-shot group. Here we go. Not bad, especially for cheap stuff. I think it's cheap. Okay, 5-shot groups. Uh-oh. Failure to... It didn't even hit the primer there. I don't know if you guys can see it. Like it struck very hard. Or at all. Let's try that again. Bolt home. Nice. I might have to hit up Haz for the some more of this stuff. It's looking pretty decent. Yep. Have one go high. Okay. Now moving on to 10X. Now, my intention is to use this for NRL. I'm not going to shoot super competitively. I'm going to pop out, try to build that skill set a little bit, probably about once a month. The way the gun's set up, I have all the internal foreign weights in it, and with no bipod, this thing is balancing about 2 inches in front of the bag rider or bag stop, barricade stop. And then when I have probably an MDT, their ground pod or GR&D POD pod or whatever they call it, it balances about 3 inches in front of the barricade stop. So I feel like weight-wise we're good. I may end up throwing they have a weight that you throw on the front of the chassis just to give me a little bit more, weight towards the end. But I'll try it as is and see how I like it. So 10X, let's see how it chambers. Good so far. 10-shot group. I'm actually kind of excited about this. I've never had a 10-22 like everything okay. 10-shot group, that was pretty solid. Okay, moving on to 5-shot groups. Weird grouping there. Next one. Nice. I don't know what happened with that first 5-shot group. That was kind of some odd stuff going on there. It could have been me, but more than likely not. That last 5-shot group, though, that came through. Okay, moving on to my current favorite ammo, Eley Ultra. My CZ just loves this stuff. Ten-shot group. Okay. I was talking to somebody and they're saying I should probably be fouling between, the different types of Eley. Some say there's a slight difference in the lube between them. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. You guys may drop it in the comments and let me know what you think on that. The Ultra rounds seem to be a cleaner. There's not much lube on them to begin with. So I don't know. I think there's a difference in how much lube is on them, but I don't know if there's a difference in the type of lube. But yeah, anyway, you guys let me know what you think on that. 5-shot groups. That looks awful. Next one. Okay. Well, we'll continue the journey of tinkering with this one, see if we can kind of dial it in, find like maybe a sweet spot with some of the components and see what we can get maximum accuracy wise out of it. You'll see this in more videos to come, and I'll let you guys know what I'm doing and what I'm changing as we go. Anyway, as always, guys, if you like what I'm putting down, please give me a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.